What up, everybody? Today I'm going to talk about the potential deaths that are coming in Raising Kanan Season 4. Because throughout the 3 seasons of the show so far, there's been an average of just about a death on each episode. And Season 2 even had over 20 deaths, mainly because of the Italians attacking Rock's operation in the season finale. In Season 3, we saw the deaths of Detective Burke, Sal Baselli, Juliana, Dean, Scrappy's mother Chantel, Detective Howard, and Ronnie. There were also a couple other deaths as well, the bouncer who Ronnie killed, and a couple goons who were killed by Marvin in the finale. So I think this trend will definitely continue in Season 4, and we'll continue to see a lot of bloodshed and death in this season as well. I do think there's a few characters who are guaranteed to survive this season for sure. We definitely know 100% that Kanan and Jukebox both survive. I also believe Unique will survive because of the fact he is Breeze, and Joey Badass was also at the Season 5 rap party. I also think the entire Thomas family will survive Season 4, Rock, Marvin, and Lou, because Rock was also at the Season 5 rap party, and Marvin and Lou were both in the Season 5 announcement video. So because all these characters will likely survive into Season 5, we know that Season 5 will definitely be a tragic one for the Thomas family as Raising Kanan transitions into Power Origins. The first death I want to look at would be a major death, potentially the biggest one yet so far on Raising Kanan, either that or Malcolm Howard, and that would be the death of Famous. Famous was last seen in jail as the cops were trying to get him to snitch on Malcolm Howard, trying to connect Howard to the Thomas family. Famous is in custody for killing Freddy after his mother found the murder weapon in his bedroom and turned it into the cops. But either though he was being pressured, Famous wasn't opening his mouth and he was asking for a lawyer instead. But at the end of the day, Famous could be considered a loose end because of the fact he potentially knows that Howard is Kanan's real father. Either though he's kind of slow and didn't put 2 and 2 together initially when he opened the daddy test and saw the initials MH. But later, Rock and Howard showed up to his apartment together to talk to Kanan, and now the cops are asking him about Howard because of that Famous might finally put things together and figure out the truth. And he could also be in danger if Rock thinks he might be snitching on her or even Kanan. Keeping in mind that Famous's government name is Sean, and Kanan named his son Sean also. Most people believe this is because Famous ends up getting killed. The next death I'm expecting to happen in Season 4 is the death of Snaps Henry. I talked about this topic in another video because I believe Snaps will get killed off the show and likely in one of the first episodes of the season because the actor who plays Snaps, Wendell Pierce, is now starring in another show on CBS called Elsbeth. Snaps and Pop were connected to Ronnie last season and might be expecting a cut from the $500,000 Kanan and Ronnie were supposed to be receiving. Not to mention they were investors into Ronnie's business. So I think the most likely scenario is that Kanan will set Snaps and Pop up while they still think Ronnie is alive and they still don't know what happened. That way he has the drop on them and his family can take them out. The next death I think we'll see in Season 3 is the death of Paul. Paul ran the courier service that Kanan was using to deliver his product. But the problem was the couriers only wanted to move the product for Kanan and didn't want to work for Paul at all anymore because he wasn't paying them enough. Because of that, Paul threatened to turn Kanan into the cops. And as a result, Kanan stuck Ronnie on Paul, scaring Paul so bad that he pissed his pants. I don't think Paul's going to stay quiet forever. He wants his old life back, and now that Ronnie's out of the picture, he might be emboldened against Kanan, feeling like Kanan won't do anything to him because he's just a kid. Because of that, I think Paul will get killed, and not to mention, the trailer shows Jukebox with a gun pointed at somebody. That might just be Paul, because wherever she's at, it looks like she's standing in the hallway of an apartment building. Maybe Jukebox takes killing Paul into her own hands because him and Kanan might have already got into it, but he wouldn't see her coming. And in Season 3, we saw the death of 2 cops, Detective Burke and Detective Howard. If a cop gets killed this season, I think it'll most likely be Detective Garcia. Detective Garcia has been around since season 1 and he's involved in just about everything. He was also the main cop investigated into famous killing Freddy. It's a wild card who Detective Garcia will get killed by, but I do think it's a strong possibility nonetheless. And a good possibility that the person who pulls the trigger might actually be another cop, like we've seen in the past throughout Power history. In season 4, we'll also be introduced to the new New Jersey Mafia boss, Phil Russo. And just like soon after Stefano Marchetti was introduced, Sal Buscemi was killed. I think this could also be the writing on the wall that Stefano Marchetti will get taken out in season 4. But at the same time, I think we could also see Phil Russo get taken out also for causing too many problems, because we've already seen several characters get introduced and killed in the same season. Cartier Farid and Kenya, Jukebox's mother, come to mind from Raising Kanan alone. Another character who I think we could see get killed in season 4 is Demo. They sent Demo into the police station in season 3 to talk to Agent Tanner to try to pin everything on Crown. But at the end of his conversation, he slipped up and mentioned Rock to Agent Tanner when he asked him about Raquel Thomas. The Thomas family might consider Demo a loose end because he can now connect them to Detective Howard, and he can also connect Marvin to the Sal Buscemi shooting. And he knows the truth about how they were running the operation out of the projects. Either though Demo has been loyal, if his loyalty is tested, we might see him get taken out. But at the same time, Rock has already made mistakes before, so we might see her just get paranoid and take Demo out because of that. Another character who will be introduced in season 4 is Early Tyler. Early Tyler has been mentioned throughout the seasons of Raising Kanan, but will finally be introduced on screen in season 4. I definitely think we could see the death of Early Tyler in season 4 as well, keeping in mind Unique will be returning more savage than ever before, and I expect him to catch a lot of bodies in season 4, and there's a good possibility Early Tyler could be one of them. B Rilla is a rapper that's currently serving a prison sentence for armed robbery that Lil will want to sign to his record label. There's been a lot of talk that B Rilla could be D-Wiz's older brother, and if he is, he might get killed by Lou also. Lou might find himself in a kill or get killed position if B Rilla somehow finds out that Lou killed his younger brother. With that said, if a member of the Thomas family does get killed in season 4, I think Lou would be the most likely one to get killed, especially if B Rilla is D-Wiz's older brother. I think he would be the one to pull the trigger. A few other characters who weren't in season 3 who could come back in season 4 and get killed is Symphony, Corinne and Palomar, and Tremont and Abraham. Rock already thought about killing Symphony on his way out of town, and now that Howard's dead, she might be trying to cover her tracks more than ever, and if he does return, we can see her finish the job in season 4. As far as Corinne and Palomar, I definitely think they could return because the fact that Famous just got arrested with Palomar's gun that he used to kill Freddy. Corinne and Palomar could be called in as witnesses, and as the saying goes, if the witness is dead, there's no trial. Because of that, also keep an eye out on the old man who stayed across the hall from Freddy to get killed also. And as far as Tremont and Abraham, Rock already said she had unfinished business with them, so we know that's going to come back into play at some point. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.